When a cold wind blows, it chills you. It chills you to the bone.
But there's nothing in nature that freezes your heart like years of being alone.
It paints you with indifference, like a lady paints with rouge.
And the worst of the worst, the most hated and cursed,
is the one that they call Scrooge. Unkind as any, the wrath of many. It's Ebenezer Scrooge.
Hello and welcome back to Movie On Up, or should I say Movie Ho Ho Ho. No, that doesn't really make much sense. With your hosts, me, Adam Barlow.
And me, Alfie Walker.
It's Christmas!
This is your festive episode. You can hear jingle bells in the background. You can hear Santa on his sleigh. We've got a absolute jam-packed episode. Only one film review for a film reviewing podcast, but we've got about 5 other different segments and fun little things we're going to do. So it should be an excellent festive episode to listen to over the festive period.
Definitely. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but I'd love to get this episode out before Christmas Day. We are recording this on Christmas Eve, so the 23rd of December. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm going to definitely get it out at some point this year.
That's it. Some point. Yeah. I'll definitely get it out at some point. That was me with this week's episode. I was just like, I'll edit it then. Got too busy. I'll edit it then. Didn't happen. And then last night I was like, I have to get it out before the next episode comes out. So I stayed up till 2 a.m. and edited last night. But I'm finished for work, which is the main thing. How about you, Adam? Are you done with Say-Nos with the BBC for Christmas?
Yes, I am. As you aptly said, we've clocked off for Crimbo, which I think is a wonderful phrase.
We can, in fact, drive home for Christmas. Rip Chris Rea.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace, Chris Rea. My family had a debate the other night when Chris Rea sadly passed away. We were saying, is that a good Christmas song or is it a little bit cringy? And my dad's of the opinion that it's like rubbish. He does not like that song at all. And Mum and I were like, it isn't a great song, but when you're driving and it comes on the radio and, you know, it's a little bit frosty. You've got the blue little frost warning on your dashboard. And you've got the heating going.
Your car's skidding out on the black ice.
Yeah. You're just ploughing it at 60 and a 20.
The irony in that, though, Adam, because isn't your dad a car salesman or something?
Yeah, and he has to commute about an hour to and from work. So, I like, if anyone should be primed to love that song, it would be him, right? You'd really think it's a Christmas song and it has the word drive. So, you know... It's just lovely. Where do you go from there? But no, he doesn't like it. He finds it very irritating, which I just don't get. But as I was saying, like, that song comes on and it just sort of, it really hits. It really resonates with me. And even as someone who doesn't really drive that much, like, they played it. I was driving on Friday on the way back from a shift at Southampton, and it's only like a 40-minute drive, and it was sort of 2:30 p.m. I would have said. You know, sun was up, but it was kind of already setting. And,
it was just gone afternoon and it was pitch black.
Yeah. Black ice, as we say on the road. But it was really lovely and it made me feel warm inside. And I was like, yeah, I may not be feeling Christmassy at this exact moment, but man, I really love Christmas. I think I love the concept of Christmas almost more than the actual reality of it. And I can say that as someone who works in retail.
Yeah, I think we both have this problem where anything at all in life, I look forward to this might be some form of like self-diagnosis of autism or something like that. I don't know, but I look forward to the event more than the event, and I always hype stuff up in my head too much. So then when it actually happens, I'm always disappointed. I have this with like Christmas, days out, nights away, films a lot of the time as well. That's something that I really make an effort to try and not do. Like always disappointed by it. It's so annoying.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're in the Christmas special episode, and I'm sorry, listeners, to get so. So
Chris Rea is dead, and I hate Christmas. There you go.
Oh dear. But no, on that note, I get what you mean. I'm sure we've discussed it on the podcast before, but you and I both sort of use films. I think partly why we love films so much is they're kind of like milestones every other week. And you're like, oh, I'm looking forward to this, I'm looking forward to that. So when someone says, what are you doing at the moment? And my sort of go-to answer a lot of the time is like, oh, I can't wait to see this film at the weekend. Which is just so, like, yeah, it's always some film or some TV show. But I think that's why a lot of people love media so much, you know?
And that's how we're 93 episodes deep. But on the movie on up, because we have a new top episode to mention.
Oh, yeah.
The Knives Out review from the LFF, so episode 84, is now our top listened to episode. It's beaten Hello There, our first episode. It is overtaken it,
good.
which is so good. It's such good news.
That's really funny. I love the fact that our first episode could have actually been our best, and it was literally, by the numbers, all downhill from there. But thankfully, no, we're still doing something right.
It only took 84 episodes to overtake, so there we go.
There we go. Persistency is key, guys, and I've always said that. Well, without further ado, because we've got a jam-packed show, as you say, Alf, loads of games, and a big review this week of Avatar: Fire and Ash. Should we jump straight into it?
Yeah, let's go for it. The third film in the Avatar franchise, directed and I presume penned by James Cameron, living legend. This is number 3. This is Fire and Ash. We had Avatar in 2009. Then we had, I believe, Way of the Water in, was that 2022, I'm going to say? And then, yeah, now we're here, 2025, end of the year, and we've got Fire and Ash. How was it, Adam? Take it away.
Yeah, so let me firstly establish, because obviously we started our podcast in 2023, so we haven't actually spoken about Avatar so overtly before, I don't think. I'm a reasonably big fan of these films. I love how they look. I think, let's just get that out of the way. Avatar: Fire and Ash looks phenomenal. The 3D is second to none. It really is so immersive and just breathtaking. It's such a kind of overlooked thing almost somehow, because it's like, well, 3D is a bit of a gimmick. Avatar is like, yeah, it's all sort of style over substance. And I disagree to an extent. But it's undeniable how good these films look. I mean, even the 2009 Avatar film, it's, you know, I mean, it's set off the craze of 3D itself. It looks just beautiful, and it's such a triumph of filmmaking and that technical capturing of those performances, you know, like Andy Serkis pioneered with Gollum, like those high-end storytelling RPGs and video games, things like that. Everyone just loves how good these films look. I don't think anyone can disagree that these look good. So get that out there first, because I don't want to forget it. In terms of the plot, though, of Avatar, I think that's the weakest thing, right? Like, people always have a sort of argument that, well, the characters are a bit bland. It's not really going anywhere as a franchise. I think they set out initially like 8 or 9 films, something stupid like that. I know there's still 2 more on the way, and I think they're both in production. So we've definitely got a set of 5 films here. Whether or not they go more than that, I guess it remains to be seen how good these films do, how good the sequels are received. But for my money, I like Avatar a lot. I didn't see it at the time, so it's only in the last 5 years that I watched it. I actually saw it, I think, in 3D when the sequel was coming out. I saw it a couple of months before The Way of Water, and unsurprisingly had a really good time with it. Then I saw The Way of Water, and I think I found that to be perhaps, well, the runtime was much longer, and Avatar was already a long film, so that was certainly, you know, a bit of a challenge. But I think I really enjoyed The Way of Water because somehow the graphics looked even better. I thought the performances were a bit better. The story was more interesting to me. I think the first film really is quite traditional, sort of plods along, hits the beats. You're not really surprised by where it goes. The classic arc, if you know what I mean. Whereas The Way of Water is perhaps, it leans into even more world building, brings in new tribes, just expands the world in such a wonderful way, and I think has a better finale that really was quite gnarly, and I really enjoyed it. Famously, though, I did fall asleep for half an hour in that film, which sounds bad for the film's part, but then when you consider how long the film is, that's just a blink. That is just a blink, my friend. So don't worry. So going into Fire and Ash, I was sort of like trepidatious. I was like, okay, we're doing another one quite soon after the last one as well. Only 3 years compared to the 10-year wait before. Well, no, more than 10 years, of course.
Yeah, like
14,
13,
wasn't it?
Yeah, 13, 14 years.
Crikey. Yeah, so having a Avatar sequel quite so soon afterwards feels a bit strange, even though, you know, regular sequels are about this time span away. So going in, we discussed last week, there wasn't really much chatter about it. I haven't seen much marketing for it at all, but I knew I was going to see it, and I knew I was going to see it in iSense and with 3D glasses, of course. There's no other way of doing it, and I've got to say, for my money, it's the best of the three. I had a really good time with it. Like, I was just sort of grinning the whole way through. And the iSense room was pretty packed as well. I saw it on a Saturday, day after the release. So it was really full of folks that all wanted to be there. You know, big fans of the films and of cinema in general. And there was a sort of tangible buzz in the room, I would say. Not too much laughter, not too much reaction to the film, which is kind of, you know, doesn't quite add up to me. So it's kind of like, I don't know if people were falling asleep. That could have been it. I didn't really look around. I will say, before I forget as well, the guy next to me, to the left of me, this is probably one of the funniest cinema things that's happened to me. He fell asleep, I think I counted 3 times in the adverts. Okay? I mean,
shut up.
If you're about to watch a 3-hour, 17-minute film and you're falling asleep in the Waitrose advert with Keira Knightley, I think you should take that as a sign of, like, mate, maybe just go and have a nap at home. I would, actually.
That's mental.
Yeah, not ideal. I mean, although remarkably, I think he managed to keep his eyes open for the whole film. So, props to him, because he was clearly a bit sleepy. But yeah, I didn't fall asleep in this one, which is, you know, sounds like I'm damning it with faint praise, but no, that's a good sign, I think, for a 3-hour, 20-minute film. People will always say that long run times are not ideal. I love a long film. I actually switched it around. I don't know if you do this now as well, Alf, but with a long film, I actually think to myself, okay, I've got my Limitless. I've got basically a free cinema ticket. If I weren't to have that, and I was going to buy a cinema ticket, ignoring the fact I bought it in iSense, and ignoring the fact that if I didn't already have 4 pairs of 3D glasses, I'd have to splash out another for £1.50. If you look over that, it kind of makes sense that you would want to see this film over other ones, because you're physically getting more movie for your money. Do you know what I mean?
No, I see what you're saying. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like, it feels like a bit jammy to kind of bring that up as an argument. But I'm sure there's some people out there that are like, well, I only watch long films because I'm in the cinema for longer and I get to sit down and use the amenities for longer. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fair play. That's one way of looking at it, isn't it? And Avatar Fire and Ash is certainly, you know, there's a lot in here. There's a lot of action. I think it's probably got the most action scenes of anything. I think it's perhaps the most playful as well. There's some really great one-liners and just, like, snarky remarks, specifically from Quaritch, the army general, the main villain of the franchise. You've got the whole sort of Na'vi family, the main core family there, all returning. You've got Sam Worthington, you've got Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, you've got Kate Winslet's in there as well, Michelle Yeoh's in there, David Thewlis as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't realise he was in that.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. Britton Dalton, Bailey Bass, yeah. Jermaine Clement's in there as well, of course he is. Yeah, huge cast, and, you know, some young actors that are up and coming, and they do a really good job here. You can tell that their performances really shine through in the film. So I liked all that. The brilliant new villain that they introduce, you've probably seen this online, is Varang, played by Una Chaplin, who is, I'm just going to say it, guys, she's pretty hot. I'm going to hold my hands up. She's the sort of titular sort of fire and ash. She's the leader of this other aggressive Na'vi tribe, and she's got knives that she spins around, and she's got like war paint on her, and she can hypnotize people with drugs and like hand tattoo. And yeah, I mean, let's just say Quaritch gets lucky. I mean, he's a bit of a stud in this film, and they made for a very hot power couple. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, you know what? A certain corner of the internet's gonna love this, and it's probably the same corner that loves Zootropolis 2. So, if you like Zootropolis 2, you will love Avatar: Fire and Ash. Yeah, it's just a difficult one to review, I suppose, because as much as I did love it and I had a really good time, and I would actually say I would consider rewatching it in the cinema before it goes in 3D if I can, which I think says a lot given that it's, as I say, 3 hours 20. My biggest gripe with it is that plot-wise, it really does retread a lot of previous things, not only from the last film, but the first film as well, which I think is really unfortunate because while it operates just fine and very entertaining in its own right, you know, as a standalone thing, I think if you were to do one of these films a night each for a week, you know, you really would feel like, oh, we've just seen this. Like it really does sort of have the same themes, and I kind of wish that it switched up a little bit more. The final act, frankly, you could show me a clip from the last film and a clip from this one, and I don't think I could tell you which one it's from, because they're both in the same location with the same vehicles, the same weapons. There's a couple of new characters in this one, but beyond that, it's basically the same set piece, which I think is so unfortunate. And I know I said at the top, like I really loved that final act in the Way of Water, so it's not really it's not a negative for me, but I just think, oh, you could have done something a little bit different. But between the two films, I choose this one as the better one. I think I would revisit this one more than the other three. I just think having said that the plot is so familiar, it does occasionally go to dark places. Like there's a moment where a character almost commits suicide, and there's a moment where another character is really considering killing one of their family members to save others, and it's like, it's really dark, and you're like, oh, it sort of takes the time to slow down, hit the brakes, and be like, wait, there are huge stakes to this. And it reminds you that this whole Avatar franchise is in space, but it's a world of people, and it's a world of human. You know, there's humans there. There's the Na'vi tribes and the aliens. Although, you know, the humans are aliens, of course, but let's not get bogged down in Avatar politics. And there is a lot at play, probably too much, if I'm honest. But for what it's worth, I really had a good time. And I think Avatar sort of prides itself on being the pinnacle of escapism in cinema. And if that's what you want to apply to Avatar: Fire and Ash as a sort of basis of how good it is, I think on that meter it would really like score quite highly. So I had a very good time with it. And if you're a fan of the first two, you will absolutely enjoy this. I think you might even like it more than The Way of Water, maybe even more than the first film. And I'm excited to see where it goes next. I'll say that the very final, sort of the way it wraps up, it is a little bit anticlimactic. It's quite safe. It's like, oh, well, that's pretty much where we were at the start of the last one. But the sort of journey it takes you on is just so playful and so exciting that at the moment you're kind of like, it's like riding a roller coaster, except one that, you know, lasts for 3 hours 20 minutes. It's brilliant in the moment, and you can't wait to go and see it again. But I think after you've had that experience, it's like, okay, I'm not sure how much else I'm going to get out of it. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's where I sit on it. I'm sorry if that's a bit of a rambly review. I think it's one of those films where you have to kind of see it to make your own judgment, because I don't think there's any one review fits all for these films. People are so divided on it. It's interesting because it's a film that's so sort of pure intentions just to entertain people, you know, and have a really nice message about family and the environment. And as those three things collide, that should be like, oh yeah, everyone should love that. and yet somehow it's sort of pissed off cinephiles in some ways, and it's sort of lost general audiences for some unknown reason. It's very interesting to me. But I mean, as a beacon of getting people out to the cinema, it's a film you have to watch in the cinema. You will not get the same out of it on a streaming service. And I think as a beacon of that, in the current discussions that we're having with the Warner Brothers merger, all that stuff, it holds a really great place in the 2025 calendar, and I hope in the decade as well.
That's your one review for this week, so you can tune out if that's all you're interested in. No, please don't go anywhere. We have got a real good laugh of other stuff to do now. So Adam has prepared a sound game, I believe, for me.
Yes, that's quite right. And they're all Christmas themed. There's 5 films that I've picked out here. Clips varying from about 10 to 20 seconds. So hopefully you'll get them all. There might be a couple here that are perhaps tricky to get from the clip I've selected, but hopefully they'll give us a good laugh as well. I think I've picked some funny / memorable moments.
I'm excited. Shall I go for it? Clip number 1?
Yes, go for it, mate.
Oh, yes. I didn't need a trillion elves in bleepy hats.
We don't just fly about throwing lead-painted toys down chimneys anymore. That space sends you back to Lapland.
Why?
Malcolm, where did you get those?
Just moving things along. Do I win?
Sheets, the pair of you.
Bold one here. I don't think I've ever seen this film. Is that Arthur Christmas?
It is. What do you mean you haven't seen it?
I've never seen it. I've never watched Arthur Christmas. I'm aware of its. People really hold it in quite high regard. Lenny really likes it as well. The only thing that gave me away there was like I could tell that was like the 3 different Santas.
Yeah.
And that's the only clip I've seen of it, is like them around the dinner table or something. Like,
yeah. I think it's, who is it? Hugh Laurie. I think James McAvoy's in there. You've got Bill Nye and Jim Broadbent, I believe, is the other one. What cast? You'd be lucky to get any of them as Santa in a film, but to have all 4 of them, you're like, yeah, they've smashed it.
Clip number 2.
After you get where you're going, take off your shoes and your socks. Then you walk around on the rug barefoot and make fists with your toes.
Fists with your toes.
I know, it sounds crazy. Trust me, I've been doing it for 9 years. Yes, sir, better than a shower and a hot cup of coffee.
That one's Die Hard, right?
Definitely easy one.
Never got that. I've never understood what he's saying. He's saying the way to stop being a bad flyer is to fly, and then when you get to the hotel room, take your shoes off. Like, I don't really get what he's saying. I've never understood that at all.
Is it to help with jet lag? But then I've never been jet lagged in my life, so I can't really relate to how that is.
Iconic scene, though, nonetheless.
Yeah, moving on.
Clip 3.
I'm so happy you decided to come. Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me. I wore a tie.
And it's a very nice tie.
There's the Illumination Grinch, right? Yeah, I can hear that slight Benedict Cumberbatch. She's like, I wore a tie.
I love that film because, I mean, as discussed in previous weeks, it's just really cute and Christmassy and festive. But there's something about Benedict Cumberbatch's American accent that I think is funnier in this than it is in Doctor Strange, where it's just sort of so smarmy. It's like, which is like totally how the Grinch should shout. That's how the Grinch should shout. It's kind of somewhere between Doctor Strange and Jim Carrey's Grinch, which I really like, and I think it works well.
I've never seen it. Again, mate, I need to up my game on these Christmas films, but you are always singing that one's praises.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's probably rubbish. If I was to rewatch it now, bearing in mind I only saw it like in 2018, so I would have been like 14. So
yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, arguably too old to be watching it, but still, I have fond memories.
Clip number 4.
Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle.
Oh no, I've got no clue. I'm going to guess it's a black and white one. So it's either like A Wonderful Life or Miracle on 40, Miracle on Street, whatever that one is. What's that one called? A Miracle on what street?
On 34th Street.
Yeah, I'm going to say that one.
No, it is. You were right. It's black and white. It's definitely an old classic. It's, as you said, A Wonderful Life.
Oh, it's A Wonderful Life. Right, okay.
Yeah. You haven't seen it then?
No, not that I don't think I've seen Miracle on 34th, but I don't think I've seen A Wonderful Life. I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about either, though, really.
It's a really nice film that I think has maybe just elevated itself to cult status because it's so sort of comforting and uplifting. I mean, obviously there's the inclusion of angels in it, but it does feel somewhat biblical. Like, it feels like a really sort of formal film that maybe the government put out. Not in like a weird propaganda way, but in a way
just like it's traditional Christmas kind of thing, like where it was obviously made so long ago, and it has like the actual core values of Christmas, which we have forgotten for good or bad, whatever you believe. Like no one does Christmas for religion anymore.
No, I mean, today, in previous years, I worked Christmas Eve at the shop, and it is just manic. And you do see the worst in people, which is so depressing. And sometimes, occasionally, you get a glimmer of the best in people when they're sort of overly polite and they wish you a Merry Christmas as they go away with their bags of potatoes that are 15 pence. But for the most part, it's people just literally ramming their trolleys into one another, trying to get to some reduced, I don't know, chocolate pudding. Like, what's going on, guys? Come on, we're better than this.
Final clip.
And how are we this morning?
Fine. Is my transportation here?
Out in front, sir. A limousine and a pizza. Compliments of the Plaza Hotel.
That is Home Alone 2. I only know that because that's clearly Tim Curry when he's the the hotel manager, whatever it is.
Yeah. I posted on the Moving Up Instagram account, I think a week or so ago, the clip of the guy that does impressions of Tim Curry. And I've been doing it incessantly for the last 3 weeks. Like, I went on a night out not long ago, and I just kept saying, and for breakfast, a pizza. A limousine and a pizza. I just love his intonation. It's really good fun.
It's great with him because he obviously had a stroke, didn't he? And he was sort of wheelchair bound, couldn't talk for years and years and years. And all of a sudden, he's not made a recovery by any means. He's still wheelchair bound, but he's able to talk now. He's like really coherent and talking. And he was doing interviews for the Rocky Horror anniversary on a stage in front of people. It's really cool to see him. Like, he's made an improvement. He's gone from like this wheelchair bound, like, unfortunately quite sad. He wasn't him. You couldn't see Tim Curry there, and he's making like a little bit of a recovery there. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, naively, I didn't know that had happened. I've seen, since becoming obsessed with that performance, I've realised that that's where he's disappeared to all these years. But what a shame to have that talent sort of wiped out for the best part of, I don't know, a decade or so, maybe even longer. It's really sad, but I'm so delighted, as you say, that he's on the up, or certainly being able to, to get something out of life again. That's really nice.
Cheers for that game there, Adam. That was a good fun little Christmas go around.
That's all right. And hopefully it's added some classic films to your watch list. I'm of course talking about The Grinch from 2018.
Have you watched Gremlins yet, Adam?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. It's on my watch list genuinely for tomorrow. So I'm hoping I'll have enough time. Yeah, it's not a long film, is it? The problem is I'm going to have to rent it, though. That's the issue.
It'll be worth it. It'll be a good one to watch the first time. Now it's time for our Christmas version of
Big Question.
You always sound so Partridge when you do that. You heard it here. This is big question. We started off the show, didn't we, by talking about Christmas songs, and we knew we had to have a festive one. So this week, what was the big question for them, Adam?
The question was quite simple. What's your favourite Christmas song?
Love it. Love it. Let's start with you, though. What is your favourite Christmas song?
Oh, I should have prepped this, shouldn't I? Guns to the head. If someone grabbed me, held me up by the lapel and said, "What's your favourite Christmas film of all time?" I would say... That's a deep cut for those
yeah, that is a real deep cut.
I would say I love Merry Xmas Everybody by...
Slade.
Is it by Slade? Yeah. Really big fan of that one.
That's a classic.
Especially when they change all the lyrics to just be, "Are you hang up a stocking on your wall?" And it's just that for the whole thing.
I remember when you sent me that last year and I'd never seen it before.
It really, really tickles me more than it should because it's so stupid. Yeah, I love it. What's your favourite Christmas song, mate?
My favourite Christmas song is Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. Yeah, I love it. I think the reason I like it is I'm a big fan of the band Blondie, and it sounds exactly like a Blondie song, and that's why I've always liked it. But yeah, that's definitely my number one.
I think I must have known that because I'm not surprised that's your favourite song. I remember when I was little, I used to really not like that song because I thought it was just so grumbly. But as I've gotten older and I've soured, and I've worked
you
in
appreciate
retail,
the lyrics more.
After having just on my 6th Christmas at Sainsbury's, I can now totally understand her frustration and think I'll give this Christmas a miss actually. But I also think it's sort of awkward when it comes on over the speakers because it's like, you know, when you're sort of confronted so overtly with how you're feeling, it's like, oh no, like you're kind of spelling out the reasons everyone hates being here in this building. You're like, it feels like you're shooting yourself in the retail foot here, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, like the way she's listing off, like, A&P have provided me with the world's smallest turkey. That's like aimed at you at Sainsbury's, being like, this is a reason why I hate it here.
Yeah.
She's going through it. Too busy, can't be bothered.
Yeah, too busy.
All of this shit. I've forgotten this.
Yeah.
I need to go to the shop again. Like,
yeah, it just feels a little bit like Friendly Fire. But no, it's a good song. Very, very fun. Right, should we go through some of our listeners' responses? We have this one on the subject of retail. This is from Found in Frames, a great film Instagram account that I've sort of become buddies with over the last few months. Would recommend his stuff for sure. He said he worked in retail forever. Oh gosh, wow, he's still there. And hated Mariah, but slowly it's becoming a favourite. I've never understood the hate for Mariah Carey's song "All I Want for Christmas Is You." I think it's pretty classic. People say it's quite screechy and maybe a bit repetitive, but I think I don't know. Maybe it's my age. I
think it's overplayed.
Yeah, you're right, maybe. Yeah.
I think that's my issue with it. I don't dislike it, though. If it's on the radio, I definitely wouldn't skip.
Yeah, I think there's worse stuff out there for sure. Ollie has given us 2 suggestions today. He said, "Is This Christmas" by the Wombats? And "I Don't Know What Christmas Is" by the Old 97.
I don't know what that one is. I know I've heard the Wombats one, but I do not know the second one though.
Nice. And then the final response I got from listener, fan of the show, listener and sometimes co-host, "Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis" by Tom Waits. That was sent in by Josh Brooker. Not gonna no further questions on that one.
Some of mine. So Jenna Morecambe, a friend of the show, has said "Christmas Wrapping" by the Waitresses, same as me. We are one and the same person. We've also got "Last Christmas." Jacob said that. My own father said "Shawaddy Waddy," Mr. Christmas. If you haven't heard that, that's a good one, mate. It's really underplayed. You don't hear it on the radio at all, but yeah, Shawaddy Waddy, Mr. Christmas. Williams said, Santa Tell Me. Is that the Ariana Grande one, right?
Yeah. Do you know, that's a really good one, actually. That's a great modern Christmas song.
One of the rare modern ones that I actually don't mind. I agree with that. Josh Brooker also replied to mine saying Fairy Tale of New York, and then also he said, and also Christmas, Baby Please Come Home.
Yeah.
And then Mason, being the hilarious chap that he is, said 6-7 and a Merry Christmas, 6-7 and a Merry Christmas, 6-7 and a Merry Christmas, and a Skivvity New Year.
Oh no. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you all for your wonderful responses there. I mean, Wham's Last Christmas as well. That's a very close second for me, I think. Again, another song
absolutely
that sort of grew on me with time, I guess because I hadn't given anyone my heart for Christmas, let alone lost it. So it was only until I discovered love that I liked that song.
It's a bit deep for 8 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening, but sure thing, Adam.
It's that time of the year.
You know who else we should ask what their favourite Christmas song is?
Oh yeah, who?
Michael Caine.
Michael, but how are we gonna? Sorry, Af, I don't think we can get Michael Caine on the podcast.
Well, I mean, I guess he was helping us out when he used to come on, when we were in the early days before we could sort of host this show on our own. We had to get a big name in to pull in the listeners.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask him back.
God knows that works.
Just to tell us what his favourite Christmas song is.
Yeah. But how do we summon Michael Caine? It's going to have to be a Christmas miracle. I mean, perhaps we'll have to just say, "Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael," 3 times in a row as we clap our hands.
What's that TikTok sound where it's like, it's Michael Caine in a Christmas film. It's Michael Caine in a Christmas film.
Michael Caine in a Christmas film. Well, let's just give it our best shot, shall we? And let's pray to the gods and Santa. Come on, Michael. Come on. Come on. No, don't leave me doing
Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael.
Oh, God. Oh, what the hell? What the hell just happened? I was making a cup of tea, and then my head went all wobbly, and now I'm sat in it appears to be some 10-year-old's bedroom because there's bloody Lego everywhere.
Michael, cheers for coming on the podcast. It's been bloody ages.
Hang on a minute. You're that hot podcast host, aren't you?
Alfie Walker?
Oh yeah, that one.
Thanks for coming out of the retirement home this evening just to have a chat with us. We appreciate it. Obviously retired now, so anytime we get you on the show, we really thank you. We just had one question for you.
Yeah, hit me.
What's your favourite Christmas song?
Oh, well, my favourite Christmas song for me would have to be that absolute anthem that is the Grinch song. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You've got termites in your teeth. And I wouldn't touch you with a 10.5-inch pole.
Easy to resonate with, that one, is it?
Yeah, I always sing it to my grandkids, and they love it because I get quite into it, and I go a bit method. You know that Jim Carrey who did the Grinch performance?
Yeah, heard of
I believe we did it all with motion capture with James Cameron.
Have you ever had a film where you've had to do motion capture?
Not off the top of my head, but don't pull up my IMDb to check that.
Well, thanks for popping on, Michael. Any last words to the podcasters before you head off for your Christmas?
Well, I hope you all have a very, 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 very Merry Christmas. And on that note, a bloody good New Year. For what it's worth. In old money.
Excellent. Now time for everyone's favourite recurring segment. It's A-List Star.
A-List Star. A-List Star in our impressions repertoire.
Adam Barlow, would you do us the honour of refreshing
God,
what the A-list star is looking like currently?
I thought I'd clocked off from work for Christmas, but no, this is a real workout, isn't it? Going through this list, this mahoosive Word document. To give you an overview, we've got Pedro Pascal, Internet Zaddy at the top, and we've got Richard E. Grant, Alan Partridge, you've got Mark Hamill, Brian Butterfield, Jeremy Clarkson, we've got Tom Jones, we've got Emily Stone, we've got Ayo Edebiri, Peter Serafinovich, The Madeley, Richard Madeley, Christopher Walken, Warwick Davis, Rebel Wilson, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who was at Rock Bottom, Jack Black, Dakota Johnson, Jared Leto, Jonathan Ross, Robert Peston, all in the bin, Slimer, Oscar the Grouch, Jar Jar Binks there as well, Ron Swanson's throwing a computer at them all, and Adam Driver right at the bottom because of Megalopolis.
Of course. How can we forget? What a list. Every time you say someone on there, I've kind of forgotten that we put them on there. The one that took me surprised there was Warwick Davis. That was a nice little moment where I went, oh yeah, we did put him on there. Adam Barlow, who are you adding to the A-list star this week?
I'm glad you asked, Alf. It's a bit of a deep cut here, but I'm hoping, we're all fans of this guy's work. He's had a really illustrious career in Hollywood. Sadly, sort of, as far as I know, kind of got kicked out for having some dodgy parties and kind of substance abuse, that kind of stuff. And it's a real shame because he was a really brilliant actor in his day. And I just want to give him some time on the podcast because I think we don't talk about him enough. I want to add the Abominable Snowman from the 1964 stop motion animation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, if that's okay with you, Alf.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the criteria for the list is you have to be able to do an impression of them, Adam. So, any luck?
Mate, don't push it. I haven't watched it in years, but let's just go with let's go with the general.
I thought at first you were going to say the Abominable Snowman from Monsters Inc.
Well, no, because that's too easy. Of course.
Of course. Yeah, no, we need a stop motion man.
Yeah,
of course. Wonderful choice. Where's he going on the list, Adam? Your decision.
Well, the reason I haven't seen this film in ages is I remember watching it quite young. We had it on DVD, and it was sort of a rite of passage. It felt like it's again similar to It's a Wonderful Life. I feel like everyone's seen this at least once, whether they remember it or not. If you look up the poster and the sort of graphics of it, it's all very like sort of set in your mind. I think the reason I want to add the Abominable Snowman is because he really was a source of anxiety and deep-seated hatred for me as a kid. I really found this guy's aura and presence to be quite disarming. So I'd like to now I'd
take ownership of that, right?
Yeah, I'd like to face my fears. And I think while it would be easy for me to sit here and sort of, just shove him in the bin with all those other cretins, I think that's too easy. And I think I have to give him some credit because he understood the role. He was only doing the performance that the director asked of him, and it's not his fault. And it's my problem. So it's
the most in-depth review you've ever done. Got some fake trauma about a fucking claymation snowman.
So for that reason, I'd like to put him just below Rebel Wilson, but above The Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid choice there. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well done. Thank you for facing your fears on air with us. It's really appreciated to see someone take a real brave step and talk about something like that.
Thank you. Who are you going to add to the A-list star?
I'm going to add Michael Caine as Scrooge from The Muppets.
Brilliant.
We have our different versions of different actors on there. We've got Peter Serafinovich on there about twice, 3 times. Michael Caine on there. I thought Richard E. Grant, we add anyone. He's iconic. So I think adding him specifically when he's in his little red dressing gown with his little hat on, and he's on the streets on Christmas morning with the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Yeah.
And he's doing the little jig he does.
Yeah.
I think that's it. If this was video, you'd love it, viewers. I can see Adam doing it in front of me. I'd like to add him on there. Thank you.
I'm 100% for that. I think the jig can be best described as a care home patient. And I say that because my grandma was in a care home, and I remember at times, especially when they're holding hot cups of coffee and tea, there is a sort of jive that happens, and I think it's wonderful and very heartwarming. So yes, absolutely put Michael Caine as Scrooge on the list. Where do you think he should go?
I'm gonna say quite up there.
Yeah.
Who's above The Rock? Are you right to list off a couple of them?
How long have you got? I'll tell you what, would it be helpful if I sort of gave you the area around Michael Caine?
Yes, perfect.
So above Michael Caine, you've got Peter Serafinovic's impression of Michael Caine. Then you've got Alan Partridge, Richard E. Grant, Paddington, Stitch, and Pedro Pascal. That's at the top of the list. So below Michael Caine, you've got Nicolas Cage, Lego Pharrell Williams, Mark Hamill, Brian Butterfield.
Yeah, we'll put him above Mark Hamill. I think that's a solid choice. Yeah,
but below Lego Pharrell Williams, they're both sort of symbols of capitalism, aren't they?
Arguably, Scrooge is the most capitalist of them all with his money lending and debt collecting. So let's put him above Lego Pharrell Williams. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
You know when Samuel Jackson walks in at the end and goes, "I'm assembling a team," that it will be Scrooge, it will be Lego Pharrell Williams,
Stitch,
and Stitch. This would be an insane film. This is my multiverse of madness.
Yeah. I love that segment. So funny. Listeners, if you ever want to suggest anyone that we should add to the A-list star in our impressions repertoire, always remember the tagline. Then you can do so. You can drop us a message on Instagram or TikTok, or send us an email, which we will plug at the end of the show.
Now, we have had a quiz prepared for us, a movie quiz by the lovely Joshua Dodd. Want to introduce it a bit, Adam? Take it away.
Yeah, so Josh Dodd, we're in safe hands here. He unfortunately couldn't join us for the actual record. He was going to present the questions to us live, which would have been loads of fun, but bless him, his house is apparently very busy and very loud at Christmas time, which I think we can forgive him for. So, mate, I hope you have a great one. Hope you have a lovely new year as well. But we're in safe hands with Josh Dodd because he has previously worked for Pointless, the TV show. He was a question writer on there. And most recently, he's done a stint at the 1% Club with Lee Mack, which is a quiz show my family and I adore. And I believe he might have worked on the Christmas special. So tune in on Christmas Day and you'll be able to hear some of Josh's questions.
Such a cool job. Like, who in school went, "What do you want to be when you're older?" And you went, "I want to write the quiz questions for daytime TV shows."
Yeah.
Like, insane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's niche, but someone's got to do it. And, you know, people that do it very well. So here we go. We got a little spiel from Josh that he's written. He said, "Hey, Adam and Alfie, it's Joshua Dodd here, long-time listener, first-time participator. 2025 has been a big year for me in writing quizzes, and you can find my questions in some of the biggest quiz shows. But here's a quiz just for you to test your movie knowledge. The quiz consists of 5 rounds of 5 questions. That's 25 for 2025. Each with a different theme. Have fun and good luck."
Let's go for it. Round 1. General film knowledge.
Starting simple, 5 questions of increasing difficulty, all about films released in 2025. Listeners, play along at home. We've got our pens and paper at the ready, so join us and let us know how well you do as well. Alf, take it away with question 1.
What was the subtitle of the Mission Impossible film that was released in 2025?
Question 2. The streamer known as Dan TDM made a cameo as an auction attendee in which 2025 film?
In the Shakespearean story Hamlet, his love interest Anne Hathaway's name was changed in order to avoid confusion with the actor of the same name. What was her new first name?
Question 4. What is the name of the fictional team under threat in the F1 movie?
And question 5. The Robbie Williams biopic Better Man was still in cinemas at the beginning of 2025. But in which category did it receive its only Oscars nomination, eventually beaten by Dune Part 2?
Lovely. You got all your answers written down, Alf? Listeners at home?
I have indeed.
Good. Okay, let's move on to round 2. Who played who? Can you name these actors and characters from some of 2025's biggest films?
Michelle Yeoh plays which character in Wicked for Good? I think he did that one on purpose, you know.
Question 7. Who plays Superman in the 2025 film Superman?
In the Amazon Prime movie Heads of State, John Cena stars as the US president, but who is the British Prime Minister?
What was the name of the fighter played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in The Smashing Machine?
In the remake of Lilo and Stitch, released in 2025, who voices the Grand Councilwoman? How are you feeling so far, Adam? 2 rounds in.
I've definitely had to bullshit some answers, but I think overall I'm doing okay.
Round 3. Filmiversaries. Some great films celebrated big anniversaries in 2025. Here are some questions about them to try and fox you.
The Pixar film Inside Out was released 10 years ago in 2015, but which of the emotions is represented by the colour purple?
Which of the Harry Potter films was released 20 years ago? That's 2005.
Which Steven Spielberg film was the highest grossing film 50 years ago in 1975?
Released 40 years ago this year, the characters in Back to the Future themselves travel back in time. First, to which year?
Who directed Memento, released 25 years ago, based on a book by his own brother?
Round 4, the plot thickens. Can you name these 2025 films by their very bad cryptic descriptions?
A deadly game show allows you to race across the world, but unlike on the BBC, when you're caught, you're dead.
Some mystical creatures have turned lifelike. Let's hope their adventures go off without a hiccup.
Some twins return home, funnily enough, unrelated to Wimbledon champion.
Dinosaurs are born again.
A competitive couple's thorny relationship is undone by an Alexa.
I love the puns with that round. That's excellent. Round 5. Multiple choice. Finally, some multiple choice questions all about the world of film in 2025.
The film adaptation of The Thursday Murder Club was made available on which streaming service? Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, or Netflix?
Which singer voices Gazelle in Zootropolis 2? A. Taylor Swift, B. Shania Twain, C. Shakira, or D. Anastasia?
Leo Woodall plays Howie Triest in Nuremberg, but what is his rank within the US Army? A. Sergeant, B. Private, C. Corporal, or D. Lieutenant?
In which decade is The Long Walk set? 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, or 1980s?
And final question, what is the name of Danny Dyer's character in Marching Powder? Jack Wills, Jack Jones, Tom Hilfiger, or Abercrombie Fitch?
That was your 25 questions. Now, let's go through those answers. How do you think you did, Adam?
Oh, man. Look, we are dealing here with a professional question writer, and I think he's put some tricky ones in there. He's definitely stumped me, so let's see how we did.
So, the answers to round one. What was the subtitle of the Mission Impossible film that was released in 2025? Of course, it was The Final Reckoning.
Yes.
The streamer, known as Dan TDM, made a cameo as an auction attendee in which 2025 film? It was, of course, the Minecraft movie. In the Shakespearean story Hamlet, his love interest Anne Hathaway's name was changed in order to avoid confusion with the actor of the same name. What was her new first name? The answer is Agnes. I didn't get that. I haven't seen Hamlet.
No,
Did
I forgot. I completely had a mind blank. I put Elizabeth, but yeah, not quite there.
What is the name of the fictional team under threat in the F1 movie? It is Apex Grand Prix. Did you get that?
I did. Only because I'm
of course you did.
Absolutely determined to get the Lego set when it comes out next year.
Still in cinemas at the start of 2025, Better Man. Which category did it receive its only Oscar nomination? Which it was beaten by Dune Part 2. It's Best Visual Effects. How are we doing there, Adam?
I got 4 out of 5, which is not a bad start.
Oh. Yeah, good. I got 3. Only 3 for me.
Okay, round 2. Who played who? Michelle Yeoh plays which character in Wicked for Good? It, of course, is M.M., Madame Morrible.
Madame Morrible, flip it around.
Wicked
Witch. Wow, icon.
Who played Superman in the 2025 film Superman? It was David Corenswet. In the Amazon Prime movie Heads of State, John Cena stars as the US President. But who is the British Prime Minister? Idris Elba. What was the name of the fighter played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in The Smashing Machine? It was Mark Kerr. And in the remake of Lilo and Stitch, released in 2025, it was Hannah Waddingham who voiced the Grand Councilwoman.
I'm feeling good after that round, Adam. I'm 5 for 5 here.
Oh, were you? I forgot Mark Kerr, which is so annoying because they say the name so many times.
He is just known as Mr. Machine, isn't he? Yeah, Mr. Smashing Machine.
Well,
so.
I put Stretch Armstrong, so I gave it a go.
Very good. Round 3, Filmiversaries. The Pixar film Inside Out was released 10 years ago in 2015, but which of the emotions is represented by the colour purple? The answer is fear. I actually got that wrong, Adam. I don't know how I got that wrong.
No, who'd you put?
I put ennui with the new one, but I can't even remember what colour that is.
Oh, no, to be fair, that is purple as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, different shade of purple, I guess, but...
I guess. If the answer's not on the card, you're not coming in. So, which of the Harry Potter films was released 20 years ago in 2005? The answer is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Which Steven Spielberg film was the highest grossing film 50 years ago in 1975? It is, of course, the creator of the summer blockbuster. It was Jaws. Released 40 years ago in this year, the character Back to the Future themselves travel back in time. First to which year? The year they travel to is 1955. Who directed Memento, released 25 years ago, based on a book by his own brother? It is, of course, Christopher Nolan. What's the scores on the doors, Adam?
What am I up to? Out of 15, I think I'm on 12.
Okay, still pretty good. I got the Inside Out one wrong there. But other than that, I'm doing good.
Okay, round 4. Let's hope that you at home are also doing all right. A deadly game show allows you to race across the world, but unlike on the BBC, when you're caught, you're dead. That was The Running Man.
Very good. This is a fun round. I like this concept.
Yeah, props to Josh again for writing this quiz.
Yeah, insane. Production value is insane.
Some mystical creatures have turned lifelike. Let's hope their adventures go off without a hiccup. That was, of course, How to Train Your Dragon. Some twins return home, funnily enough, unrelated to a Wimbledon champion. That was Sinners. And he's put in brackets rather helpfully because we both looked at each other like, what? The current Wimbledon men's singles champion is Yannick Sinner, don't you know?
Don't you know? I don't, Joshua Dodd. I don't know that one. So,
dinosaurs are born again. Simple enough. Jurassic World Rebirth. And the final answer for that round. A competitive couple's thorny relationship is undone by an Alexa. That was The Roses.
Here we are. Final round. I feel like this is going to be pretty close, Adam. Not going to lie. Round 5. Multiple choice. In the film adaptation of The Thursday Murder Club was first made available on which streaming service? Amazon, Paramount, Disney, Netflix. It is, of course, D, Netflix. Which singer voices Gazelle in Zootropolis 2? Taylor Swift, Shania Twain, Shakira, or Anastasia? It is, of course, Shakira. Those hips don't lie. Leo Woodall plays Howie Trist in Nuremberg, but what is his rank within the US Army? Sergeant, private, corporal, or lieutenant? It's sergeant. Answer A. In which decade is The Long Walk set? 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s? It is the 1970s. And then finally, what is the name of Danny Dyer's character in Marching Powder? Jack Wills, Jack Jones, Tommy Hilfiger, or Abercrombie Fitch? It is B, Jack Jones.
There we are. Tally up your scores, folks. How did you do out of 25? Oh, I'm quite happy with myself. I think I definitely could have picked up a few more marks here and there, but now for grand reveal, do you want to do a drum roll?
Grand reveal.
Ooh.
Go for it.
I got 20 out of 25.
Very good, my friend. I got 19 out of 25.
Very close.
Well done.
I think that's very good from both of us, I've got to say.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, to be honest. I'm not usually, I mean, I don't mind a quiz. I used to do a lot of them, pub quizzes, when I worked in a pub. But I haven't done any in a while, and I do love it. And every time we've done that Pulp Kitchen one, we haven't done particularly great. So maybe a little bit of redemption here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, listeners, please do let us know how you got on there. Get in touch with us and tell us your scores or your thoughts on the year of film that was 2025. You can get in touch by going to Instagram and TikTok. The handles for both of those are at movieonup.
And if you fancy writing all of that out in a long form prose of an email, you can do that. It's hello@movieonup.com. And of course, just want to say a huge, big, bloody thank you to Josh for doing that, because that is an excellent quiz. It's really good, really fun. A lovely way to tie off the podcast there, bringing us round to a close. Thank you so much, mate.
Yeah, absolutely smashed it. Couldn't have asked for a better quiz for our Christmas special. So, listeners, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you're feeling festive. I hope you have a very well-earned rest as well over this week and over the next week as well, when no one knows quite what day it is and what to eat for breakfast. Is it chocolate cheese or is it chicory and chives? Who knows?
Bear with us over the next couple of weeks as we go through Christmas, go through New Year, settle into early January. Things will be up in the air. The episodes won't be coming out as sort of regular and set as usual. But no, please bear with us. And then hopefully in the new year, I know we go on about it a lot, but hopefully some big things coming our way. We love to see it. We're going to have a chat about some stuff, try and make a bit of an effort here. Been speaking to someone here and there. So yeah, keep your ears peeled, keep listening, and a huge thank you for listening to all of our episodes this year and to this episode today.
Absolutely. And stay tuned. Keep your eyes on the inbox because the next episode will be the movie on Uppies.
Movie on Uppies. Oh my God, it's that time. It flies round, doesn't it?
Oh, it really does. It really does. I know it's been on your calendars all year. You've had your alarms set since January 1st. It's going to be great.
I can tell you that we're definitely doing worst film of the year,
yes.
And I'm making sure that Emma McKay gets that. After that rant from Adam last week,
we certainly need to put the name in the vicinity of that title. Yeah, listeners, also get in touch if you have suggestions for your People's Vote. I think we should introduce a People's Vote category this year, maybe of what your favourite film was, and we can maybe do a little voting off sort of World Cup. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, absolutely. Little diagram. Yeah, I love it. It sounds good. Like Adam said, keep your eyes and ears peeled. It should be real fun.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy New Year.